Welcome to Garage Gym Athlete Cool Downs. These episodes are short, actionable podcasts pulled from previous interviews and content we've been publishing for the last several years. So go for a walk, hop on the rower, or clip into the bike for this cool down episode. Welcome to Garage Gym Athlete Cool Downs. These episodes are short, actionable podcasts pulled from previous interviews and content we've been publishing for the last several years. So go for a walk, hop on the rower, or clip into the bike for this cool down episode. And you're talking about this mental side of affecting our sleep. And I wanted to actually talk to you about that today because I saw you throw a few things out on your Twitter feed. I just want to get your take on them now. Two specific things were, and if you want to talk about them a little bit, you can, or if you just want to mention them, was one, a bedtime routine of having a to-do list, throwing that in there, and then also gratitude. I'd love to hear your thoughts on those two things.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, a bedtime routine helps us prepare our mind and our body for sleep. So it's really important. You can't just flip a switch and then expect to just fall asleep right then and there. So we have to create a bedtime routine, and we emphasize this a lot in our athletes that we're working with. So having a curfew for your electronic devices. So hopefully an hour before bed, you can set a bedtime alarm, actually. Set an alarm on your phone that gives you a cue, okay, I need to start my routine. So that's the first step, set that bedtime alarm. And then start putting those electronic devices away. Start dimming the lights about an hour before bed. Start to really prepare your mind and your body for sleep. Potentially taking a warm bath or a shower is good because it increases our body temperature, but then our temperature decreases, which is good for sleep, right when you're wanting to go to sleep. So 30 minutes before bed, maybe take a warm bath or a shower is good to include in that bedtime routine. Preparing for the next day. So we want to be able to try and sleep in as much as we can. So are there things that you do in the morning that you could then do at night to give you more of that opportunity to sleep in? So preparing your lunch, preparing your clothes for the next day, those are all good things. And then gratitude as well. I mentioned that I did a post on that on my Twitter, that they found that those who were writing down things that they were grateful for had a better quality of sleep during the night. So potentially incorporating a gratitude journal into your bedtime routine is really important. And then the to-do list. So what the to-do list does is it helps offload thoughts off of your mind so that you can, calmly, you're not laying there in bed and thinking of all the things you need to do the next day. And so they found that in that study, people fell asleep a lot quicker if they did a bed or a to-do list right before they fall asleep. And then there's other relaxation and breathing techniques that I would recommend. So potentially doing 4-7-8 breathing to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So what that is you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7, and then breathe out for 8. And what's important here is that you're breathing out longer than you're breathing in, and that helps activate our parasympathetic nervous system, our relaxation system. Those would be some of the, maybe throw in some stretching, some yoga, maybe some light yoga, light stretching, can also be useful to throw in there, and really individualize it to what relaxes you.
That's incredible. Very beneficial. Thank you so much for all those tips and putting that all together. I think anyone listening to this could have a really solid bedtime routine. So I really appreciate that. Now, what about alcohol? What are your thoughts on alcohol and sleep?
Well, alcohol, a lot of people think alcohol helps them sleep better just because it's more of that sedative. It helps relax you. It helps you fall asleep quicker. But as it's being metabolized during the middle of the night, it's waking you up more. It's reducing your REM sleep, which is your dreaming sleep that helps you process information. So alcohol, you really want to limit to maybe one drink at dinner time and then kind of cut it off at that point. males or bigger body types may be able to get away with too. But I think if you see that connection with you drinking alcohol and then waking up during the middle of the night, you really want to cut back on that and really just every so often, maybe a special occasion, have some alcohol. But think about in those times where it really could impact your sleep. If you're using it day in and day out, it's going to impact your recovery. So really just try and limit it.
So I'm obviously not referencing any studies here, but I feel like a lot of people probably fire up their day with a couple of cups of coffee and then end it with a couple of alcoholic drinks. So based off of our conversation so far, that is not how we should be hitting the day to day.
Absolutely. Yes, I completely agree. If you want the best quality sleep that you can, you really want to try and limit alcohol and caffeine.
Thanks for listening to today's Cool Down. If for some ridiculous reason you are not subscribed to Garage Gym Athlete programming, fix that problem right now. Go to GarageGymAthlete.com, sign up for a free trial, get started with us today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to today's Cool Down. If for some ridiculous reason you are not subscribed to Garage Gym Athlete programming, fix that problem right now. Go to GarageGymAthlete.com, sign up for a free trial, get started with us today. Thanks for listening.